polar bear, you'll die. How do you
Good afternoon, Billbirds. I'm Marcella Simpson.
And I'm Jake Robinson, broadcasting from the Highlands News Studio in Fort Thomas, Kentucky.
And we are so excited to welcome you to our annual Christmas news show.
2024 is rapidly approaching, and so much has happened in the past year. We've seen so many students excel in athletics, demonstrating good sportsmanship, along with Bluebirds demonstrating outstanding work ethic through their academic achievements. Let's head over to Brennan for a quick recap.
Thanks, Jake. There's been a lot going on in sports professionally, collegiately, and here at Highlands. Starting first with the football team, they had a great run. They made it to the semifinals and had a great season. While they only lost one game in the regular season, they would go on an 11-game win streak before the end of the year. They had 25 amazing seniors lead the way, but the team is already prepping for next year. We'll have 16 more great seniors lead the team. There's a lot of hope for this upcoming 2024 season. Moving forward into winter sports, the basketball teams are in full swing, and Ashton got a chance to catch up with both Coach Ritchie and Coach Listerman about their seasons.
We beat Scott, lost to Boone County, and then beat the Cincinnati Trailblazers in week 1. So it's a pretty solid start for us. I think the Boone County game gave us an opportunity to look at some pieces that we weren't paying attention to, some fine details. And we had a great film session following that game. The guys responded on Friday night, played very well against the Trailblazers.
We're currently 1-3. We lost a tough game the other night to Cooper, who's number 3 in the state. But I think after that first game, each game we're getting better, and that's what we want to be able to do after each game is to get better. And I think our wins will start coming once we compete for 32 minutes.
Well, one of our biggest challenges is rebounding. We're not a real big team, so we have to go gang rebounding. And we have to do a better job of pursuing the basketball once it's off. We did a great job of making the effort to block out, but then we have to finish the possession.
We just have to continue to improve and compete. We're having trouble competing. When a girl scores on us 2 straight times, we need to get pissed off and not let them do it a third time. And just learning how to compete is one of our biggest things. Without a doubt, right now it's just Marissa. She's, really dominating on both sides of the court. And one thing I did challenge Marissa was being more vocal on the court and telling her teammates what to do. And she's been doing a much better job of that. And I think each game's it's gonna be more comfortable for her to do that.
We're doing pretty good. We definitely have room for improvement.
As a team, I think we're getting better every single game on both the offensive and defensive end.
Score my 1,000 points and win region.
Individually, it kind of goes along as a team, but I just like to have a win-loss record where we have more wins, and get farther in the region.
It starts with Braden Mavis and Nathan Vincent. Those 2 guys are the guys that have been through the most. They know how to prepare. They know how to lead. They know how to what I expect from us both on and off the floor.
I think we're doing good. We had a good bounce back win. I think we're getting there though.
Pretty good as a team. We took a pretty big loss on last Thursday, but we bounced back pretty great. Came off got a 40-point win, so I think we're doing pretty good.
I'm looking forward to seeing Lincoln Hicks get into shape coming out from football. Nathan Kirst has given us very good minutes. I've been very pleased with Hank Schick, who's coming back off of an injury from last year where he missed a lot of time. And Yelton, those guys have really stepped up.
My individual goals, I think it's just to really get better and better my relations with my teammates.
To eventually make it to region and win region.
Thanks, guys. The boys have seen success from the 1-2 combo of Vinny Listerman, who leads in assists, to senior Nathan Vincent. For the girls, junior Marissa Green leads the charge, averaging 16 points and 8.5 rebounds per game. Moving on to the Bowling Birds, they've had a striking start to their year with some bowlers hitting big numbers. Braden Coleman leads in single-game performances for the Birds, and he hit a .276. Coleman was also just voted for Bowler of the Week. The boys have a strong chance to finish in the top 2 with good returners such as Nate Aronson, Owen Leckie, and Jack Haggard. Dawson Huber leads the way with averages, with Nate Aronson, Owen Leckie, and Connor Wiebe not far behind. On the girls' side, Molly DeSola leads in the average with a 131, with Alexa Hansman, who isn't far behind. The girls finished first and second in their match at the Holy Cross Invitational. Heading over to dance, they've had a very good season, and that goes back to the start, where Morgan Harold, Addie Orm, Elise Hellman, Ella Cunningham, and Reese Whitty all became All-Americans. The leadership of the team shines with senior Belle Fisher. They hosted their annual dance competition at Highlands at the beginning of the year, and it was as successful as ever. They did very well at state, getting second in pom and fourth at hip hop. Moving on to cheerleading, they have a very good core of juniors like Rudy Wilson and Lily Cleveland, and good seniors like Kayla Yoakum and Ava Carson that helped this team be great. Moving on to our final Highlands sport, and it will be the swim and dive team. On the boys' side, they're led by Torrin Bryant with young guys like Matthew Myers, Chase Pauset, and Robbie Kester. They're led on the girls' side by Adelaide Foley and Sarah Jones with young stars like Reagan Moore and Meredith Clyer. Both these teams being junior-led, we could see 2 more great years of birds in the pool. Let's head over to some collegiate sports, starting with the UC Bearcats basketball team. They're having an amazing season, winning a lot up until this point, but it took a little bit of a turn with a loss against the Musketeers of Xavier. They lost by 5, but it never really felt like they were in it, and that makes Wes Miller 0-3 against Xavier. They play tomorrow night against Merrimack. Going across the river, the Norse men's basketball team is also having a great year. They're once again led by former Bluebird Sam Vincent. The former state champion averages 15 points and 6 rebounds per game. They've had a few nice wins recently, including a win over the University of Cumberland's last Thursday. Marquez Work was leading the scoring, going 7 from 13 from the field with 22 points. Sam Vincent had 12 points with 7 assists and 6 steals. Heading over to pro sports, the Cincinnati Reds are active in free agency, with their biggest free agency signing being Jamar Candelario. Candelario is an interesting player, especially at Great American Ballpark, where in 40 at-bats he averaged nearly .360. He plays the corner infield and DH, which could really put Jonathan India's spot in jeopardy. Even though Nick Krall said they are not likely to trade India, that was before the signing. They also went out and got Austin Wynns for catching depth. It seems like for the second year in a row, they're going with a 3-catcher rotation. And really anything can happen to the team at this point. As we continue, let's keep it in Cincinnati for the Bengals. They really took a 180 with the transition of Jake Browning at quarterback, and that started with a nice win against Jacksonville. As the team stands, it may be a stretch, but with the wildness of the NFL and especially the AFC, anything can happen and they may be able to make the playoffs. To finish off pro sports, let's look at FC Cincinnati. They just finished off a historic season, though they did lose to Columbus Crew in the Eastern Conference Final, having a record of 20 wins, 9 ties, and only 5 losses for a total of 69 points. Their record led them to a win of the Supporters' Shield and the #1 overall team for the regular season. Their season was also highlighted by many award winners. Lucho Acosta won the MVP and goal for the year. Matt Miazga won Defender of the Year, and head coach Pat Noonan won Coach of the Year. Roman Celentano won Save of the Year, and Chris Albright won Executive of the Year. It was truly a great season for FCC, and they look forward to having the same success for years to come. And to finish things off, let's look at academic achievers who are peer tutors. Audrey Thomas, Mason Gindley, Anna McCoy, Reed Ferris, Mackenzie Hanniger, Sarah Jones, Ava Carson, Hadley Lefton, Riley Toll, Peyton Fawcett, Kathleen Peterson, Ava Boggs, Lainey Smith, Abby Kiefer, Lariah Jones, Leo Fennick, Kara Wortman, and Morgan Harold all dedicated themselves to helping others. That's all for me. Let's send it back over to the desk.
It's really important to recognize all of the amazing students who have succeeded in academics and sports during the 2023 portion of our school year. Keep up the good work, Bluebirds.
With the break only a few days away, you can do many things around the tri-state to keep your break packed with holiday fun. Carter and Carmen got a chance to travel around Cincinnati to show us some wonderful places to see this season. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, guys. We're here in the heart of Cincinnati at the UC Health's ice skating rink in Fountain Square. It's a great place to come with your family and friends.
That's right, Carmen. The ice skating rink is open 7 days a week from 10 to 10 for just $10 until January 1st. So be sure to get out here and enjoy it while it lasts. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, guys. A little closer to home is the Coney Island Night of Lights.
This event allows you to see amazing lights with holiday music from the comfort of your warm car. Here's some more information about the light show.
This winter season, an enjoyable activity to participate in with family and friends is the Coney Island Nights of Lights. We talked to the director of the light show to see what it's all about.
My name is Ryan Nicholas, and I am the director of Coney Island Nights of Lights. The light show is a holiday light show that consists of over 2.5 million lights. It is synchronized to the music that we choose each year. So when red plays, all red plays in the whole show. When the white, all the white, and the blue, all the blue, and the green, all the green. And that is something that there are not too many around here. There are a couple in the state, I think, and only around maybe 100 in the United States. So that's what makes us unique. To construct the lights, to build it, and to hang all the lights, and to run all the power and run all the internet, it takes us around 5 weeks. And then we have about 2 weeks of testing and fixing and replacing from what was broken or needs repair. We have to have good running cars, we have to have friendly, upbeat service, and that's really all it takes. I will say my favorite part of the light show is that it really brings families together. I think in a time where everybody's running everywhere, the light show is somewhere that you can get in your car with your family and spend a couple hours and just have some good old family time, and it just brings happiness and a lot of smiles.
Make sure to stop by and visit the Coney Island Light Show. Purchase your tickets at coneyislandpark.com.
Remember that the show is open nightly, dusk until 10 p.m. through December 31st. Jake, have you ever went?
Yeah, Marcel, actually a few years ago I went with my family. It was actually a pretty cool experience. Speaking of great experiences, the winter performance of the Nutcracker is showing at the Aronoff Center from December 14th through the 24th. Carmen and Carter are downtown with more information.
Thanks, guys. I'm at the historical Aronoff Center in downtown Cincinnati just in time for the Nutcracker. Showings are December 14th through the 24th with the first show at 1:30 and the last show at 7:30. Be sure to purchase your tickets online at cincinnatiarts.org. Now let's go back up to Owen with our holiday weather.
Thanks, Carter. Let's take a peek at the weather as we head into break. Today, we're going to see a nice high of 51 and a low of 29. The sun should bring that temperatures up a little bit more. Tuesday and Wednesday, the temperatures are pretty similar with a high of 54 and a high of 52 on Wednesday. As we move on to Thursday and Friday, the first couple days of break, we're seeing highs of 52 and 53 with the lows being 39. And then as we head into the first full week of winter break, we're seeing highs staying pretty similar throughout the first 3 days. On Christmas, we're seeing a high of 54 with the low of 29. Maybe a little bit of rain coming in, but hopefully it clears out. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're seeing highs of 38 with lows of 27, so the temperature is going to drop a little bit. And then as we move on to the third week, we're going to see highs of 40s and 30s staying throughout about the whole week. So I'll send it back to the desk and have a good winter break.
Thanks, Owen. 2 local businesses have just recently opened that you might enjoy. One being the Hidden Chapter Bookstore. It's right around the corner. Let's take a look.
Most of our books are gently used, so you might see some titles that have the library a slip on them. We do have a variety of new books as well, so when you walk in, if you're looking for something that was released this year or you want something that's in mint condition, we do have popular titles. And if you're looking for something that you want regardless of whether it's brand new or gently used, then we have thousands of those that you see right behind me. You know, the atmosphere here is something that I've worked hard at curating, and I don't think that you can get this type of atmosphere in many places, certainly not any larger store. I think that there's character here. Used books have stories of their own, not just the stories that the authors wrote inside them. Some of these books you'll even find notes that a previous owner of the book wrote to a loved one, for example. The Hidden Chapter Bookstore kind of takes you out of the modern world and transports you into a place not necessarily in the past, just a different place, just kind of another plane of existence all on its own. You know, I grew up not in Fort Thomas, but right next to Fort Thomas. For all that it has here, it was a perfect home for a locally owned bookstore. And when this property became available, right next to an ice cream shop and down the street from restaurants and other places in the community, I just thought it was perfect.
Make sure to check out our new local bookstore this break. Another new small business just opened on the levee. The new Lego bakery is now open and just in time for Lego Fortnite. Grace caught up with the owner to learn more about the new bakery.
So this is the Brickery. We're called the Brickery Cafe and Play, and this is the first Lego cafe in the United States. We're a place where you can buy Lego, but you can also build with it. And so we have drinks, snacks, and then Lego on every table that you can sit down and start to build, dream, and create with. And then along with that, we have sets that you can rent to build in the cafe. So we have them broken out by small, medium, and large, and we have an estimated completion time for each kind. And then you could get a combo with a set that you can rent and build in the cafe, hand back to us when you're done, and then a drink and a snack. And so that's kind of the main interaction. Lego's such a great product, and it's such a good experience in the home. Thought it would be really cool to bring it into a social setting. So in our store section, you can purchase sets, you can purchase new or used or retired sets. We have some ones that are really rare, some that you can only buy in Denmark, actually. And then we also have a station where you can build your own minifigure. And so we have all the parts sorted out. You would pick a head, a torso, legs, hair or a hat, and an accessory, and then you'd be able to do that as well. Along with that, we have loose Lego bricks that you can buy, and it's kind of almost set up like a candy wall. And so we have all kinds of different bricks on the wall, and we call that our bricks to go wall. And you buy a container that looks like a to go container, and as many bricks as you can fit in it is what you can take home.
Make sure to support local businesses this holiday season.
Something that is yet to open but will be soon is the Highland soccer field. The current soccer field located in Tower Park is getting a new remodel for the 2024-2025 soccer season. Here's some players' thoughts on the new facility.
The old soccer field is being taken down and rebuilt with all new tracks, turf, and much more space to hold people at any event. We talked to the superintendent to learn more about this project.
The project that we've begun at Tower Park Athletic Complex has really been one that we've been working on for well over a year. And while we look at replacing our turf, there are a whole variety of upgrades that would give new experiences and opportunities to our students as well as our entire community.
Not only are we going to get new turf, but we're also going to get like new facilities, and we're actually going to have a locker room. It's going to be really fun.
The new field is going to be fantastic. It's going to be a larger space, a larger footprint. It will expand our size of our track, which allows us to compete in larger meets here at home. It will have upgraded turf facilities. It will have better sound, better lights, significantly more parking, more access for our current sports or even future sports such as lacrosse.
So I'm really excited. I feel like it's going to positively affect players and coaches and the people who watch our games.
It also gives us an opportunity as we change and upgrade this facility and this space to increase the size of our soccer field, which gives us the ability to potentially host regional and or sectional soccer events.
I remember the shed door breaking off last year, and it was pretty much open every single day.
It's kind of worn down and it's hard to play on.
So it brings a significant positive impact to the entire community in the south part of our town.
I think the turf is going to be a lot better for the players, and the bleachers and the setup of the field is going to be a lot better for like the people watching.
It'll be really fun to play on, and with new turf it might be easier to like move the ball around.
We could see some work happening in that area this fall, within the next month or so here in November or December. But most of the work that we're most excited about will happen in 2024. It's likely it'll be sometime in 2025 that will be completely finished.
The staff and students are excited for the field to be redone with all these brand new features that will ensure athletes' excellence.
Be ready for an amazing new facility in the coming school year.
With the break quickly approaching, we'll caught up with some Bluebirds to see what fun things they're up to this Christmas break.
Hey Bluebirds, we're about to start the holiday break, and we went around to get to know what you guys were planning for a break. Let's go.
What are you doing over Christmas break?
I am going skiing in West Virginia, and then after Christmas I'm going to visit my grandparents in Tennessee.
Hanging out with my best friend Emma Durr.
Oh, I'm super excited for this holiday season. Gonna be hanging out with lots of friends and family, just making a lot of memories, you know.
Over Christmas break, I'm thinking I'm gonna spend a lot of time with myself.
Over Christmas break, my goal is to be with Ravi, so he's not alone. He can have some friends. We're gonna bake some cookies with his family if he lets us, but I'm gonna try to help Ravi out.
I'll also probably be making cookies with my family if they let me, and I'll probably be spending a lot of time with myself.
I plan to complete my FAFSA form for college. I plan to win a Mortal Kombat tournament and listen to Lady Gaga.
Probably gonna be in Owen Lecky's garage most of the time.
Heading down to Tennessee, going to East Tennessee, gonna see some family down there.
Well, I'm gonna enjoy Christmas with the family, and then the basketball team's going to Florida the day after Christmas, and that's about it.
I think I'm going to see the Nutcracker on the 22nd, and after that, like, overall, I'm just hanging out with family the entire time. So yeah, gotta get in the Christmas spirit.
Thanks, Will. Let's now take a closer look at some international news. The conflict between Israel and Gaza is still a growing concern for many of those living in the Middle East. Marcella has an update for us, so I'll hand it over to her.
Thank you, Jake. Earlier this week, the Israel-Gaza ceasefire ended when 2 Palestinians were killed in a crossfire by Israeli troops. The ceasefire was put in place to allow humanitarian aid to enter Gaza and safely transport prisoners to their respective sides. The truce was set to expire at 7 a.m. the next morning, but Israeli military forces announced that its Iron Dome defense system had detected rockets coming from Gaza towards southern Israel. Minutes passed the deadline with no extension request from either side. The Israeli air raids and Palestinian artillery fighting was then resumed. Neither country has made comments on trying to reinstate the ceasefire.
Thanks, Marcella. We will keep you updated with the war progress. To end off the news show, let's head back down to Carter and Carmen for some information about the zoo's Festival of Lights. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, Jake. We're here at the Cincinnati Zoo's Festival of Lights, and it is freezing. But we've got some really awesome lighting exhibits, like the giant Christmas tree, the light-up animals, and even a few real animals sprinkled in between.
Yes, Carter, it is absolutely beautiful down here. The festival is open all days of the week from 6 to 10 until Christmas. So come on down and experience this local tradition with your family. The link to buy tickets is below. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Carter and Carmen, and thank you all for tuning in.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Marcella, wishing you a fantastic break. Happy holidays, Bluebirds.